another reading on my YouTube channel. So in this reading we're going to be looking at who is in regret and why. So I have a feeling before I get into this reading that the cards are going to show us what they're in regret for, and hopefully through that you can tell who this person is. I don't know why I have a feeling. That's just the feeling that I get, because usually I do split these types of readings into two parts, like who it is and what they have regret for. But no, Spirit is just saying that they want to get into what this person has regret for first, and hopefully you can figure out who it is. So there are 3 piles to choose from. Please choose your pile. The timestamps are in the description box as well as the comment section. Also go check out my Patreon. I did a reading yesterday about, what was it about? It was about who wants to be in your energy and why. So if you're interested in that, go check out the Patreon. There's a bunch of other readings there as well. And yeah, I'll see you at your pile. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading to see what this person has regret about and who this person even is. So I'm going to pull a few cards. I will shuffle as I go along. Sorry if the shuffling is annoying. I will try to cut it out as much as I possibly can, and I'll try not to shuffle as I'm speaking. Okay, so the first card out is number 42, Meadow. This card is about success, blessings, and positivity. So I feel like this is your energy, Pile 1. It seems like your life has really improved since this person has left your life, or since you've distanced yourself from this person. They see you being someone who is very content and happy within their life. There's a lot of your seeds that you were planting when you were around this person that has now bloomed, and it seems like they are able to witness or at least hear about a lot of positive things that are coming your way, that have already come your way, a lot of successes that you've achieved. So it seems like this person's regret partially is coming from a place of regretting not sticking around to benefit from, the happy, positive, blissful life that you seem to be living now. Again, this is this person's perspective. So even if you don't feel this way, this person views your life as this way. You might feel like there's still a lot of issues that you have to deal with, but this person probably has heard about or witnessed some major success that you've encountered. So yeah, that's what their regret is partially stemming from. Then you got number 39, Portal, originality, idealism, and progression. So okay, there's a message here to say that this person feels like you are a very authentic person. And it's almost like they've struggled to find other people who are as authentic and as original as you were to them, There's also a message here about how they feel like you didn't wait for them. So maybe this person, they weren't at the stage of their life that you were at, and it perhaps felt like you were just dragging this person along, trying to get them to catch up, but they didn't. They regret not progressing as much as they could have when they were in your life, because they feel like if they did, they would be experiencing a lot of the blessings that you're experiencing now. There's also something about this person idealizing you as well. So maybe this person put unrealistic expectations onto you, expecting you to live up to certain ideals that they had, and they projected that onto you instead of just getting to know you for who you actually were and, your capabilities. I'm hearing that this person perhaps expected too much from you, okay? Which usually does happen with idealism. But yeah. Then you got number 13, Crossed, choices, searching for purpose, and daydreaming. So while you seem to be progressing in life and finding a lot of success with the things that you are planting seeds to, this person feels like they are stuck in the same exact place as you left them. And so it's like they're at a crossroads in their life and they don't know how to get out of it. They are still searching for their purpose while you seem to be on your purpose. And this person could have a habit of making all of these plans, making all of these, just dreaming about what they want out of life, but not actually putting those dreams into practice, which is probably, what held them back. It's probably the reason why they didn't progress as much as you did. So it seems like they feel stuck without you in their life, because obviously when people are in our lives, their energy will affect our energy, so if you're surrounded by people who are just keeping you stuck in the same place, in the same mindset, doing the same things, entertaining the same behaviors, then you'll stay there. But if you're surrounded by people who are constantly progressing in life, even if you are someone who usually stays stuck, your frequency will probably raise to their frequency if you allow it to. And I feel like this person didn't allow that to happen. So yeah, they feel like they are in regret because they just think about you and just think, what would my life be like if I kept Power One around, or if I was good enough for Power One to keep around in their life, Because for some of you, this person walked away from you. For others of you, you walked away from this person. They could also be around a lot of people who are keeping them stuck as well. People who don't really have many dreams for themselves. And, that's going back to the message about how they haven't met people who are as authentic and progressive and individualistic as you are. So, they're kind of stuck around people who are keeping them stuck. And you were one of the few people in their life who did not fit into that category. You probably wanted better for them, but they took that for granted and they didn't utilize that support that they had from you to the fullest extent that they could have. Then you got number 1, shelter, spiritual growth, accountability, and healing. So this regret is coming after some type of growth that this person has gone through. It seems like they're holding themselves accountable for the part that they played in, your connection to this person dissipating, I'm hearing. So maybe it was like a slow burn out. Maybe you guys slowly grew distant or something like that. But they feel like it seems like this person is healing from certain things that they were not healed from when you were around them. Part of spiritual growth for all of us, we look back and we reflect on our life and we reflect on our behaviors, our actions. And a huge part of spiritual growth is taking accountability for the part that we played in the negative situations that we're in. So this card being the shelter card as well, this person could be very sheltered themselves. Maybe they sheltered themselves from accountability, from growing up, from maturing. Because, whenever you think of sheltered people, you think of people who are kind of stunted in terms of their growth. And it seems like this person is definitely acknowledging that they were, and that they, when you were around, they were not willing to grow at the time. So it's kind of like the regret is coming from not growing at the time that they could have chosen to grow, because they feel like if they did grow when you were in their life, they would have grown with you, and again they would have been living a much better life at this current moment. Then you got number 17, prosperity, wealth, contentment, and abundance. So yeah, I feel like this person has the image of you of being someone who's very abundant and content with their life, and that's the complete opposite of what they feel like about their own life currently. Again, they feel stuck. They don't know what to do, which way to go. I'm seeing like the Two of Swords in my mind. And the Two of Swords in the regular tarot deck is about not being able to make a decision, denial, denial against the truth. So yeah, this person is regretting not seeing the truth, refusing to see the truth in the past when they could have chosen to do so. Then you got 28, flight. So this is about opportunity, prosperity, and new ventures. So this card has come out underneath the cross card, and the cross card is the card that talks about this person feeling stuck while they are watching you progress. So yeah, they feel like they have blocked themselves off from great opportunities and maybe even a whole new life. A lot of prosperity they've blocked themselves off simply because they couldn't get their shit together simply because they couldn't bring themselves to make the decision to change the way that they think and change the way that they operated. Okay, this person, I'm feeling the energy of this person being very caught up in other people, in what other people are doing instead of their own life. So that could have been a major part of why they kept themselves stuck. And it makes sense because, you know, when people don't want to face the shit show that's their own life, they focus on other people and other people's lives and, you know, whatever. Yeah, this person feels like there's a lot of opportunities that they could have found alongside you that are now dead and gone. They feel like these opportunities are not available for them anymore. This opportunity that we're speaking of could have just been something as simple as a change in mindset, you know, which would ultimately change the path that your life is on. So yeah, this person feels like they've blocked themselves off from you, which they view you as a huge blessing. They felt like you were a huge blessing in their life, but they just didn't realize it at the time. They were too busy trying to run away from accountability, running away from growing and healing as they should have been. And I feel like at some point in this person's spiritual growth, they won't be so hard on themselves about this because they'll realize that, you know, everybody has their own time to do certain things, to achieve certain things in their spiritual growth. But right now they're in the energy of regretting what they didn't do. So yeah, that's what I'm saying for you guys, pile 1. If this reading resonated, please let me know and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading about who has regrets towards you and why. So I'm going to be just shuffling some cards, pulling some cards, and yeah, let's see what comes out. Okay, so the first card out is the number 37, which is the shadow card. This is about wholeness, integration, and repressed emotions. So this person regrets not expressing some type of emotions that they had towards you. It seems like this person does struggle with emotional repression in general. This is definitely a part of their shadow. They regret not... I'm hearing they're regretting not being honest about their shadow traits, you know, about things that they weren't so proud of about themselves. Perhaps this was the type of person who you couldn't really point out the flaws of without them getting defensive and, you know, acting like that was such a huge issue because they weren't ready to face their own shadow traits, okay? They're regretting not integrating their shadow as much as they could have, and because that's how you become whole as a person, you know. We don't just walk around as light beings, we're both light and darkness. So this person is regretting not admitting and not acknowledging the negative aspects of themselves, or maybe the harmful aspects of themselves that they could have changed into a positive at the time if they just chose to acknowledge them. Then you got number 4, apprentice, higher education, beliefs and wisdom. So, okay, what am I getting from this card? I feel like this person is regretting not taking the opportunity to learn a lot from you. Maybe this person had the energy of being a bit of a know-it-all, acting like they knew everything that they needed to know about themselves or life, and they just feel like they missed out on learning a lot of lessons, harsh lessons, but lessons that were necessary when they were with you. Maybe you tried to teach them some harsh lessons through trying to get them to acknowledge certain things about themselves that they deep down did not like, so they rejected it. But this person is regretting not taking your wisdom on board because this person does see you as very wise. There's something as well about this person regretting not taking the approach to life of, I don't know, maybe this person didn't pursue higher education. So that could be in a literal sense in terms of academics. Maybe they didn't go to university, college, whatever it is. That for those of you who that resonates with, it's a link to you somehow. So, you know, you'll understand probably why they regret that. But this person, I feel like, just regrets holding on to certain beliefs that they had so tightly. Okay, this person seems or seem to be in the past, very dogmatic. Maybe, again, they were the types of people who you could not bring a different perspective to without them shutting it down. Then you got the number 38, the pack, which is about inner work, deep connections, and soul tribe. So this person, they feel like you are definitely a part of their soul tribe in some type of way. Maybe even if they wouldn't put it in those terms, they just feel like you were one of the real ones around them. You were one of the people who they could really connect to. But due to the lack of internal work that they did, it's almost like the connection that they had to you was very limited. And this internal work was related to their repressed emotions, because, how can you develop deep connections to someone if you can't even go deep emotionally within yourself? So they're acknowledging the fact that you were a part of their pack, you were a part of their soul tribe, but they kind of rejected you without even realizing it. This is definitely subconscious because the shadow card came out. So they're realizing that a lot of this was subconscious behavior coming from them that they weren't willing to acknowledge. They just feel like they rejected someone who was genuinely there for them, who they could have genuinely counted on, simply because they didn't want to do the work on themselves. And I feel like that is very painful. Yeah, that is very painful. It seems like you nurtured this person in a moment of time or in a moment of their life that no one else did. And it's almost like you were trying to heal them, but because they weren't ready to do the healing work on themselves, it's like your healing couldn't even reach them, because they wouldn't let it reach them. They wouldn't let it in. Then you got number 7, heart. Emotional awakening, intuition, and following your heart. So yeah, this person definitely is moving away from repressed emotions, because when people repress their emotions, they block the energy of their heart center, their heart chakra, as people would say. So it seems like this person isn't blocking their heart chakra. They're really connecting to their emotions a lot more now. And it seems like they're really awakening to a lot of the emotions that they had repressed towards you. I feel like these were pretty positive emotions, but they could have seemed scary because they weren't used to it. The emotions that they felt towards you were very deep and soul-centered, heart-centered. But obviously, if your heart center is blocked, it's going to seem like this heart-centered connection is trying to impose itself on you, or, break through the walls that you've put up. So maybe you had the experience with this person projecting onto you this feeling that they felt smothered, that maybe you were smothering them from their perspective, when really you were just giving them what their soul needed, but it's something that their ego was not ready for, because they weren't ready to put their ego aside and, venture into the darker parts of their psyche. So yeah, this person is in regret for not following what their feelings told them to follow, basically. It seemed like now they have more of an intuitive understanding of what the connection that you had with this person was about, and it was literally just about having your tribe around you. That's what this connection taught them, what it was like to have someone around them who genuinely gave a fuck. And maybe they weren't used to that, so it seemed scary, it seemed smothering, it seemed like too much all at once, but they are regretting pushing you away, because I feel like now they are realizing that that's actually what they needed emotionally, as much as they wanted to deny that and to deny their emotional needs in the past. So then you got number 11, wayfarer. This is about contemplation, search for truth, and inner guidance. Okay. So this message is actually coming through as something that they were doing to no avail. So they could have, again, been very dogmatic. They might have relied on themselves a lot to just, mold their beliefs and mold their perspectives around. But they're realizing that since they were such an unhealed person, they weren't truly able to find that inner guidance that they were looking for, but they were also rejecting guidance outside of themselves as well. And it seems like they are in regret for spending so much time just trying to rely on themselves and trying to rely on their own opinions about the way they are as a person or the way life should be or whatever it is. So it's kind of like they are regretting not adhering or not basically listening to you, someone else's opinion, someone else's perspective in the way that they could have in order to help them. Yeah, it's like this person relied on themselves too much. Because again, I did feel like this person may have been a bit of a know-it-all. They may have acted like they knew what was best for them. Then you got number 42, Meadow, success, blessings, and positivity. So they feel like due to this emotional blockage that they were dealing with, they actually missed out on a lot of positivity with you, a very abundant connection. It's almost like they see what your connection could have grown into, but they acknowledge that they did not water it, okay? Which is funny because emotions are ruled by the element of water, you know. So because they weren't allowing the flow of emotions within themselves to, you know, even flow around their own psyche and flow within themselves, they couldn't give you and the connection that you had with this person the water, the emotions that it needed to grow. And they are in deep regret for that because you were such a blessing to this person. They just didn't realize it consciously. I feel like they realized it on a subconscious level, intuitively, but their ego is not ready for this. So that's why they blocked it out and perhaps even, sabotaged it so much. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, Pile 2. If this reading resonated, please let me know and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading about who has regret towards you and why. The first card out is the number 32 card, Serpent. So this card is about rebirth, unconventionality, and non-conformity. I'm hearing that this person regrets being kind of like a rebel without a cause. I feel like this person refused to, from their perspective, be boxed in. So they could have felt like you were kind of trying to box them in some type of way. But it seems like this was just coming from a place of wanting to rebel. And they regret being so rebellious, basically. They regret not settling themselves down and conforming to what they needed to, because it seems like this person, they view conformity as a negative thing, no matter what, no matter who it's for, what it's for. And so they could have really just went against the grain when it came to you or whatever connection that you had with this person. This person could have been very snaky towards you, and that's where their See, I don't like calling someone a snake because I actually like snakes. Snakes are usually about wisdom and intelligence spiritually, you know. But this person could have definitely been a huge snake towards you, and it did stem from this urge I'm hearing to not conform, to not be, cookie cutter or put in a box, but in the process they did it in such a negative way that it definitely negatively affected you. Then you got number 35, Spectres. This is about discernment, critical thinking, and insight. So yeah, this person was very reckless. Okay, they did not think before they acted. They did not think before they spoke. This person, for those of you who, this person is an ex-partner, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, whatever. I feel like this could have manifested as cheating or, whether it's sexual, emotional, whatever it is. This person could have just been so rebellious against, the typical structure of a relationship. For others of you, this person, like for example, if it's a parent, this parent could have just been so defiant against parenthood. They could have rejected everything that they needed to do to be a good parent because they didn't want to feel boxed in. even though that's the responsibility that they brought upon themselves. If it's a friend, they could have just made it a point to not be a great friend to you. There's something about this person wanting to be seen as a rebel, wanting to be seen as someone who is not tied down or boxed in. But the way that they did it was just so reckless and without care for you. This is so funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's just, it's a saying. It's so funny because before every reading, I ask my spirit guides to connect to your spirit guides and to your higher selves. And, out of nowhere, I just felt the urge to tell spirit to send you guys healing, which I didn't do for any of the other two piles. I'm sure the other two piles did need healing from whatever their people did. But yeah, it just seemed like this pile, you were put through the ringer. You were put through hell, because I did say to spirit, it seems like, I don't know why I'm telling you to send pile 3 a lot of healing, but it seems like they need it. So, whatever this person did, however they acted due to their recklessness and their lack of critical thinking skills, it seems to still have an effect on you today. So it's like they acknowledge that and they're regretting not being so structured, not being so respectful, not being so considerate of your feelings and how they were affecting you. Then you got the number 22, Enchanter, which is about self-evaluation, awakening, and purpose. Damn, this is a heavy message. So this person feels like due to their behavior, they feel like they kind of blocked you from growing when you were around them, because they view you as someone who is so... It's like they can tell that you're here to do great things for yourself or perhaps for other people, for the world, whatever it is. It seems like they regret acting the way that they did because they can tell that they hindered you and your process a lot. They blocked you from going after your purpose or being who you were supposed to be, due to throwing a lot of chaos your way, due to being such a snake, due to being just so inconsiderate to the point where it was affecting who you were as a person. Because I feel like this person can tell that you did internalize a lot of their behavior as, behavior that stemmed from you in some type of way. So maybe when this person was busy doing their bullshit, you felt like it was your fault, when they're coming through to say that it's not. Okay, their higher self is coming through to say that it's not. This person regrets not evaluating themselves as much as they should have, not checking themselves, okay? Because that's what they needed at the time. They needed a good checking from someone, mainly themselves, okay? So, yeah, and they regret not seeing... I feel like this person sees you as someone who is a vital connection, like a vital point to their progress in life, or a vital point to showing them their flaws and showing them who they actually were. With this Enchanter card here as well, it seems like this person regrets, for a lot of you, making things seem better than they actually were. So this person could have love bombed you, this person could have made it seem like they were the perfect person to you, or they could have like wrapped things up. It's kind of like they tried to put rose-colored glasses on your face, and I feel like a lot of you fell for it, and they are regretting that because, again, this hindered your process due to their own selfish motivations and their own selfish reasons. Okay. You know what? I haven't asked any specific questions for any of the other two piles, but I'm being urged to ask, what was the reason for this person getting into some type of responsibility that they would feel caged in, that they would eventually just reject and rebel against if that's what they wanted to do? So that's what I'm going to pull a card for. Why did this person take on the responsibility of this connection, this parental relationship, this romantic relationship, this friendship, whoever it is? Why did they take on that responsibility if that's not what they wanted? Let's see. So you got 26, the key, inner calling, clarity and intention. Okay, Spirit is saying that, okay, the higher self is saying that they were brought to this type of connection as a way to unlock healing work. Okay, this connection, whatever they had with you, whether this is a parent, a ex, a friendship, a whatever it was, this connection with you was meant to be the key for them to unlock their consciousness and to see who they truly were and what they needed to work on for the sake of someone else. In this connection, they were supposed to be selfless for once instead of selfish, put someone else first, and that was supposed to be the driving force to, I guess, put them onto a better path, to correct their internal issues, to evaluate who they truly were as a person and what they needed to change. But obviously, as human beings, we have free will. This person rejected that. It's funny because they rejected everything else, but they rejected that as well. Okay, this connection, they were supposed to gain clarity through it. So technically this connection is something that they chose to have, but it's almost like the higher self forced them into it. Okay, with the hopes that they would finally, for once, use their free will to unlock certain parts of themselves that needed unlocking and that needed healing and working on. But they chose not to do that. They chose not to do that. That's disappointing. That's so disappointing. I feel like the higher self is telling me, because our higher selves, they don't feel emotions the way that human beings feel emotions. Our emotions are linked to our ego a lot of the time, and spirits in higher dimensions, they don't have an ego. But it's almost like the higher self is telling me, and as well as their spirit guides, they're all telling me that if they were a human being, they would be so disappointed in this person. And it's like, they're saying that they would even be angry because I'm feeling anger. And I thought it was your anger at first, but I honestly feel like it's coming from their higher self and their spirit guides. They're saying if they were a human being and they could feel human emotions, they would feel angry and disappointed in this person. The next card that came out is the number 8, Blood Moon. This is about illusions. As we were talking about with that Enchanter card, they put up illusions. This card is about illusions, uncertainty, and narcissism. This person is very selfish. Very, very selfish. Very narcissistic. I can't say that they would be able to be diagnosed with a whole personality disorder, I'm not saying that they have narcissistic personality disorder, but they definitely have higher levels of narcissism than what's normal. Because we all need a certain level, okay? When you're too selfless, it's unhealthy. When you're too narcissistic, it's unhealthy. You need a good balance. But Jesus, this person is highly narcissistic. They are in regret. You know what? This might be disappointing for a lot of you guys to hear. And, but again, in my prayers, I guess you could say, to your spirit guides and your higher selves that I do before every pile, every reading, I always ask them to bring through messages that you need to hear, not what you want to hear. This regret, I know that this is the theme of the whole entire reading, but this regret is coming from their higher self and their spirit guides. Not that they feel like they did anything wrong, but it's almost like, if they were humans, if they were people, they would say that they regret putting you or bringing this person onto your path. Okay, they're in regret for bringing this person onto your path. They're in regret for, hoping that you would be the key, that your presence would be the key to unlocking this person's issues that they need to work on, or at least the unlocking the acknowledgement that this person had towards their issues, because it didn't happen. And they're saying that if they were people, they would feel regret. That their higher self and their spirit guides are kind of saying, I'm sorry. And going back to, the message that you need to hear, not what you want to hear. This person doesn't regret anything. From a human level, their higher self regrets a lot. But from a human level, this person doesn't regret anything. They're very, very selfish. So all of the messages that have come out in this reading about what they regret, apply that to the higher self. Their higher self regrets this, the higher self regrets that, their spirit guides will regret this and that, because that's where the regret is coming from. Wow. You got number 33, Beast. Conflict, competition, and oppressors. This person was monstrous in some type of way. This person could have abused you, devalued you beyond belief, degraded you beyond belief. And now I know why I asked Spirit to send Pile 3 more healing, as much healing as possible, despite me not saying that for any other pile, because this person put you through hell. This person, their higher self is coming through to say that they're very sorry about all of the conflict that you had to deal with, all of the competition. So I feel like this person made you compete, or made you feel like you had to compete for their attention from other people, or just compete for love, basic love that they should have given you. And they're very sorry about the fact that you had to go through oppression at the hands of this person. This person is a predator. In this Beast card, I don't even know what animal or what creature this is, but this beast looks like he's very predatory. This person is an agent of chaos. They cause chaos no matter what. And their higher selves are wanting you to know that this had nothing to do with you. Okay? This was all this person and their own doing, their own issues that they refused to work on. They might have tried to blame their behaviors on you, but these behaviors were present way before you came into their life. Okay? So if this is your parent, these issues were there way before you were born. If this is an ex, way before you got into a relationship with them, way before you were in a friendship with them, way before you knew them and they knew you. So I am sending you a lot of healing, Pile 3. I'm very sorry that you had to put up with this person, that you had to deal with this person. There's a child crying outside, and I don't take anything as a coincidence. I feel like this person really, really has hurt you. There's a message from your spirit guides to not give up on your own healing. Even if it doesn't feel like it's possible to fully heal from this person, it is. Or at least it's possible to reach the point where you are okay again. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, Pile 3. I hope it resonated. Please let me know if it did, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye.